I'm going to give you one more chance because I don't want to watch this podcast at the end of the year and have you be like, oh, shoot, why did I say that? Who do you think will win the AFC South?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dorm Debate Podcast. Boy, oh boy, do we have an episode for you. This is jam-packed and long-awaited. It is our division prediction episode. Guys, are you all super excited?
Yes,
I'm
do
excited.
it.
I'm ready to go.
Yes.
You all have the correct standings, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
yeah, for sure.
Oh.
I know what I'm talking about. I watch film.
I watched film.
Oh, yeah?
I watch movies. So
I play Madden on all Madden difficulty.
So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. The people want to know, and the first one, we're going to go through the AFC conference and start off with the AFC East. Jonathan, your favorite team is in this division, the Buffalo Bills. Oh, your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen.
I love this team.
You love
near
him.
and dear to my heart.
So, so why don't we first go through the first and last in our division, and then after that we can discuss. How you want to do that? That seem fine?
I like
Sounds
that.
good.
I like that. I'm curious to see where you guys. A lot's changed this season. A lot has changed. I'm curious if you guys have changed.
Well, same thing is the Bills always suck. No, I'm just kidding. Got
a
Coming
point.
from you, that's quite a statement.
No. First overall for me in the AFC, I have the Buffalo Bills, and coming in last, I have the New England Patriots. John?
I have the exact same thing. Bills first, Patriots last.
Caleb?
Same as well. We did not plan this. So, Jonathan, you want to
Keep the streak.
add
guys-
anything?
Keep the
You
streak.
guys are crazy. Jets
What?
first, Patriots last.
Oh,
You're that confident in the Jets? All right. Well, we all agree on the Patriots. Here. Fair play.
Jonathan needs a minute.
Yeah, did y'all see Aaron Rodgers his first couple of drives during the last preseason game for the Jets? Nobody's stopping that offense, guys.
Jonathan, wait, hold on. I love Garrett Wilson, but
Yes.
can you name one other person other than Garrett Wilson that's like pretty good?
All he needs is reliable receivers. You have Cobb.
Cobb?
Yeah, Cobb,
Randall Cobb?
You just need reliable
He's
receivers. that catch the
terrible.
ball.
He's
People in
old.
the comments said he wouldn't make it to week 4, but I don't. I mean, he has chemistry with Rodgers, but that is a weapon.
The thing
But
is,
the thing is, no, sorry, the Jets, their strength is the defense. Their defense is master. Their defense is elite with Sauce Gardner, all them boys, Quinn Williams, okay? All they need, this whole time, they've just needed somebody that put up points. Now they finally have Aaron Rodgers put up, a good amount of points. So you have that with a great defense. This is an unstoppable team, okay? This is an unstoppable team. It's going to be exciting to watch them this season. Aaron Rodgers is experienced. He doesn't make mistakes like Josh Allen does. Josh Allen will make many mistakes like he did last year. Okay, so you guys said, it's not easy winning a division, and you can't make mistakes like you did last year to do that. With Aaron Rodgers in the division, he's experienced. He thinks he's going to go to the Super Bowl. So you think he's going to let little Josh Allen beat him twice? No, it's not going to happen.
well, even if he beats him twice, the Bills could still win the division. Like, I think they'll end up splitting their matchups, but at the end of the day, the Bills' defense is better than the Jets, and their offense is better than the Jets.
You forgot the Bills' true kryptonite before Aaron Rodgers came to town to New York.
What?
The Miami Dolphins. Every match last year against the Dolphins was pretty close, right? The first game, they beat the Dolphins beat the Bills. Second game, it was really close. Third game in the playoffs, the third string almost beat the Bills.
Are you saying?
Almost.
Are you saying that
That's an
the
interesting take,
Jets
though.
won't struggle with the Dolphins?
Jets may struggle with the Dolphins. Dolphins have a good team, okay? Dolphins have a good team.
Wait, where do you? I
Yeah,
don't know if you did this, but do you have the Bills second, or would you have?
That's
the
what I was
Bills
going to
second?
ask, actually. Yeah, it
I have
sounds
the
like you're-
Dolphins second.
No.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan, come
I'm
on.
telling you,
Wait, hold on,
guys.
hold on. You still have time to change it. This is just the first
Okay,
part of the
let me
podcast.
rephrase this.
Okay,
If
good.
Tua is
Thank
healthy,
you.
for most of the season, Dolphins getting second at least.
Most of
division.
the season.
What?
Damn.
Not even the whole season.
He doesn't even have to be healthy for 9 games, just 8, and he's good.
I mean, no, you have an interesting point that they were a very good fight last. That's interesting because it's pretty much a big consensus with the three of us, but across the biggest sports betting apps, it's pretty much all ranked the same. Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an interesting caveat with the Dolphins kind of being that, I don't know if kryptonite's the right word, but they gave like a very good run and you'd hope that they improved, although their draft was pretty bad. So it's like, how much could they have improved? Because they got slapped, not on the wrist, but they got punished for tampering, I think.
Yeah.
They got some picks removed, for those who don't know. So they did not add much in terms of youth talent.
Yeah, let me tell you what. If Devon Achane, if he's fully healthy, he's a speedy back. I remember watching him at A&M. This guy is legit. Okay, if he's fully healthy, you have him, then you have Waddle, then you have Tyreek Hill. Dude, our defense is going to struggle stopping this offense with so much speed like that. And so if they're all healthy, Dolphins are getting
There's
second.
no
The only
way,
thing,
though.
the only reason they wouldn't get get second or better is if Tua gets injured, Devon Achane has injury problems throughout the season. Something happens to Tyreek Hill or Waddle.
Well, the problem,
if they're all healthy, nobody's going to beat them.
The problem is they got Jalen Ramsey, huge get, but now he's injured. So like
that's the thing.
The injury bug in Miami is just
injury bug.
It's terrible.
That's a good point. That's terrible.
And
that's terrible.
To go back to the Jets, they got a tough opening schedule. I mean, their first 11 games, they're playing 8 playoff teams. So 8 out of the 11 teams,
tough.
And right out the gate, you're playing Buffalo, even though it's in MetLife.
No, that's easy win for the Bills, guys.
No, that's a good statement game for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. You guys are going to see it. Quinnen Williams, he's been tearing it up at training camp. You guys don't watch Hard Knocks. He gets like 10 sacks every training camp against opposing teams. Like he's a force to be reckoned with. Sauce Gardner, we already know he can do. So they have a great elite defense that's going to be able to stop Josh Allen.
I know,
Aaron
but
Rodgers, he just doesn't miss.
But what you're
smart.
forgetting is that like you said yourself, it's tough to win a division, and you think all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers comes to town, Dalvin Cook comes to town, boom. It's not going to just go boom like that. It's going to take them time. They're playing 8 playoff teams in the first 11 games. Okay, maybe halfway through the season they start to figure it out, but the Bills will already be a couple games ahead of them.
This is the best team Aaron Rodgers has had in his career. Okay? You think he's just going to sit there and lay down and let all these teams beat him? No, he's like, look at this great defense I have. Look at all these weapons I have with
No,
Cook.
he's going to try. I don't think he's not going to
try. Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, 2-headed monsters. And you have Garrett Wilson, we already talked about. You have reliable receivers like
But
Lazard,
that's the only thing. Lazard, Cobb, they're not good enough. I don't know why. Why can't Rodgers ever get like a valid second receiver?
I'll still stand by the Bills contending for number 1 and being number 1. We're all agreed on the Patriots because I think the Bills as a whole are, as an organization, stronger to contend. Like John, you're getting at is that the depth with the Jets isn't quite as deep at receiving and offense. But I actually really respect Jonathan's argument for the Jets because what was it we always said with the Packers? That one was that like what changed? Every year Rodgers does great things even with the no-name receivers. Like he had Nelson, he had Cobb at their peaks, but then there were years where he was elevating the talent by huge margins and was still making the playoffs. But then there was the special teams issue or the defense didn't improve that much. Now he is going to a team that has a great defense. And even if those weapons aren't great, he still, I think Wilson can have a breakout year. I mean, you bring up some good points. I think the more interesting, not that I care about narrative, but for me, as much as I hate Tom Brady, what made it hard to argue that he was the greatest quarterback is like everyone said it was all Patriots organization. The coach goes to a new team, new organization, and wins it the first year. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Rodgers, but I wouldn't. Rodgers is one of the few, if only, quarterbacks that I would bet could do that in terms of just getting there and still adapting. Now, who knows? Maybe he's wrong. He's always been one of my favorite to watch, but that's kind of what I'm thinking is all those other pieces make sense. How's he going to adapt to a new environment? That's always like really what separates that.
Yeah.
So that's where my question mark for that is. I still like him. I wouldn't want to bet against him. Jared?
Yeah, you've had a lot. The 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls have been won by a quarterback who's changed teams, and in their first year, Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady. Yeah. So they both have moved teams and won a Super Bowl. So that's what's kind of floating around my head. I mean, this wasn't easy for me. I mean, I said the Bills for a couple of reasons. One, because they're just so stable. Like, I know what I'm going to get with the Bills, and I feel like their main issue was pass pressure and getting to the quarterback and getting sacks. And the one main thing was Von Miller was out for half the year. I think he got injured in November. He was out. So this year, I literally just saw that Von Miller got on the PUP list, so he's not going to be playing for at least the first 4 games. But a huge signing that went over my head, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but they signed Leonard Floyd, who is a linebacker, edge guy. He was on the Rams.
Very good.
He actually is low-key good. He had 18 and a half sacks in the last 3 years. That's 15th best. So they just got a top 15 linebacker edge guy, a guy that's great at getting to the quarterback. And then once Von Miller comes back, now you've set the edge on both sides. So I really like that they went after him, along with just the stability of the last 2 years of the Bills winning the division. I just know what I'm going to get. And I feel like there's a bad taste in their mouth with Josh Allen and the whole Buffalo Bills. You know, I saw an interview with him on Bussin' with the Boys, and he definitely felt like after Damar Hamlin thing happened that they weren't right mentally, and he just was not in a good headspace. And so this year, clean slate, they're ready to go. And I think it's a good opportunity with the Kansas City Chiefs, a little Super Bowl hangover. They may not be the best, and you're looking at who's the best in the AFC, and you're going to look at the Buffalo Bills, and I think they know that, and they're going to try and maybe contend for a Super Bowl. But I think that's going to be the reason that they go over the Jets, is because the Jets, those first 11 games, I think they're going to stumble out the gate, and they're going to lose a couple more than they should. And the Bills, what are they going to lose? Max 5 games. So I could see the Jets losing 5 games in the first 11.
Wow. 0-5 after
they suck so bad they hate tack on an extra 2.
The NFL
Jared, you're
commissioner
funny.
comes in.
You're very funny. Like, first of all, the excuses in regards to Damar Hamlin. Hopefully, I need to go watch the interview because that's annoying.
Awesome.
Yes, Damar Hamlin also.
That's not a valid excuse.
That's not a valid excuse at all.
The man almost died.
Yeah, but there's been stuff like that in the preseason. That was bad. Let me just say this.
That's crazy talk.
You said the defense.
It's okay, keep going.
Yeah, you said the defense. Great. It's great to add that edge rusher and all that, but I don't think that was the issue. Okay, I don't think that
It was a huge issue.
Well, in terms of if you're just talking about the defense, they can't stop the best receivers. They can't stop, obviously, Jamar
They can't
Chase
get to the
You know, their
quarterback.
secondary was hurt basically
Secondary.
the whole second half of the year.
So we're gonna use the hurt. Come on.
I mean, what do you want us to do?
We got to start
The
the
second
season.
guy. The second guy has to be ready to play, guys. The second guy has to be ready to play.
They got a really good second guy now. Like, literally.
Second
And
guy.
so, yeah, so they couldn't stop. Jamar Chase, all these guys. And look, it's not like it was a close game against the Bengals. They got destroyed by the
Get
Bengals.
destroyed,
It's
but
not a question now.
we're not talking about Super Bowl. We're just
Okay, we're
talking
not
about
talking
winning the division.
Okay, but
Yeah,
Jared,
yeah.
you said with this one thing. You said you know what you're gonna get with the Bills. Do you really know what you're gonna get with the Bills?
Yeah, they're always.
Did you know? Did
Dude,
you know that? Or did you think that the Bills were gonna beat the Vikings that one game when they're on the 1-yard line and all Josh Allen had to do snap the ball and rush forward?
Yeah, I mean,
Did you know?
true. But I mean,
They win-
overall, I
they
feel
fumbled.
like they never lose more than 4 to 5 games.
Turnovers have been an issue for the Bills offense.
How many did they lose?
That's the issue, Jared. They can't, their offense
True.
is not unreliable.
Josh
They-
Allen,
last-
margin of
he
error.
doesn't know
And
how
you
to
know-
pick
Bigger
up.
margin of error, though.
You know what the
Like-
big reason is? It's Brian Dable, guys. Josh Allen's not developing well without Brian Dable. Brian Dable played a big role in their success that year when they went against the Chiefs in the division.
That's fair.
He's not there anymore.
That's fair.
So they have issues.
We'll have to see.
That-
We'll have
yeah,
to see how
that's-
this year
that's a
goes. But they have
fair
more
take.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. By the way, the Bills only lost 3 games last year, so I know what I'm getting with the Bills.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not
wasn't it the
losing more than
Dolphins?
5.
Exactly.
Wasn't it the Dolphins that broke the streak?
Dolph, yeah. I don't know.
Was it?
I don't
So
know.
Or they gave
Dolphins
him a run
twice,
for the money.
Jets twice.
Yeah.
Guys.
Okay. Well, we
See.
should move on.
Yeah. we should move on.
AFC North. I don't have my Bengals jersey on. I should probably take it out, but I got the Bengals number 1, clean and easy, and I got the Dookie Browns at last place.
That's
John?
exactly what I have. So we are doing the same thing for the first two divisions.
Do you guys talk about this?
No, we didn't really.
I was gonna say I didn't talk about this, but I also have the Bengals number 1, Browns number 4.
Wow.
Guys,
Why are you shocked?
Jonathan,
Guys.
Jonathan,
wait,
don't
how do you
be
look- how do you
stupid.
see this
Jonathan,
different? I can-
please.
Don't,
think
Well,
about
it's
it.
gonna-
don't say the.
Is it the Ravens?
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
respect the
say Ravens. I'm going to be.
I'll respect-
Caleb,
respect-
you're right. It's
What?
gonna be Ravens.
I'm
I respect the Ravens.
Don't
Though.
Yeah.
say no. I don't
guys.
respect.
First of all, yeah.
What?
Let me just before I even say that, let me just debunk what you guys just said.
No.
Okay.
Can't debunk what we said.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'll say my first.
Argue the
Fine.
reasons. Yeah.
Ravens, and then let me tell you why. Okay. First
Wait,
of all,
who's
the
last?
Bengals-
Wait, who's
Who's,
last?
who's
Yeah,
last?
Oh, last.
yeah.
Last. That was a tough one, but yeah, I'm gonna say the Browns.
Okay.
Okay.
Even though
All
I
right,
think
okay,
Sean Watson
please
show some
tell
improvement.
me-
It's gonna be-
Why are the Ravens
Enlighten
first?
me. Why?
Okay, first of all, the Bengals, guys, y'all forgot Joe Burrow's dealing with an injury, right?
He's fine.
No, he's not fine, and he's gonna be like, the season's about to start. It's gonna be tough for that to 100% heal, and so that's gonna be lingering throughout the season. So if it wasn't for that, I would say yes, the Bengals, but
That's the
That's
only
an
reason
issue.
you have?
that's the
No,
main
that's a-
reason. Yes,
that's a fair
the main
argument,
reason.
One
though.
little
That's like
calf
Mac-
strain?
Yeah,
Well-
one little cap that could be
That
like an
could- yeah.
Achilles if that
Jonathan,
gets
hold on.
worsened.
Was Mark Andrews hurt last year?
I
Yes.
don't remember.
Was
He was
Lamar
up.
Jackson hurt last year?
Yes, he was.
Yes. Was Odell Beckham hurt last year? Yes.
Yes.
So okay, so you're and was J.K. Dobbins hurt last year? And was Gus
Yes.
Edwards hurt last year? Okay, so
Yes.
your best 5 offensive players were hurt last year, and you're worried about
Okay.
one calf strain on Joe Burrow.
Okay, well,
Please,
let me tell you, that's why they have
teach me
drafts.
again why.
They're gonna use Zay Flowers a lot. And Zay Flowers is a machine, offensive machine. He's reliable. He runs great routes. He can get open. That's what they needed.
You're right.
That's
He's
why they
better than
drafted him.
Jamar Chase. Yep.
He's well, we don't know that. We don't know that yet. But let me tell you, he's pretty reliable. Okay, and Jamar Chase, the quarterback has to throw you the ball.
He's
Is
gonna be,
is Joe Burrow going to be healthy enough throughout the season?
he
to throw him the
tore his
ball?
ACL in his first year, came back the next year, went to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
Are you
next
really
year,
worried about
'cause
his calf?
he had a full offseason to heal. This is a season, practices, games.
He's
You think
laying up on the couch right now resting.
you think the Ravens defensive linemen are just going to sit there and let him heal up? No, they're going to try to come tackle him. Okay, I hope he's healthy. I don't wish any bad, but like that's going to linger.
Jonathan, why are you
strain
so
that he has.
biased to the Ravens? I just want to know.
Honestly, if it was like the Ravens have a good shot, the Steelers were looking good. Okay, the Steelers.
But why not
they could be good.
Bengals?
I actually have the Steelers above the
Injuries.
Ravens. I have them second.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Guys,
yeah, the Steelers
Ravens
could be-
Ravens are second to last in this division.
Correct.
No, okay.
Well,
Okay. Well, honestly,
They're
this
getting
is-
the people back though. They did
it's-
have a lot of injuries, but they're
Lamar
coming back.
has no incentive, guys. He could do whatever the hell he
You,
wants.
th-
dude.
you think it's an
they have more weapons this year.
organizational?
Well, I
thing
will
that-
say,
that
yeah,
could
I will-
bleed through. Fair
Yeah, I
enough.
will say the running back issue is, that's the only
Running
thing
back
there.
is a big issue.
Is a big issue. Okay, that's a big
Ah.
issue. I'll
Okay,
give you that.
receivers, I'll give you. Zay Flowers, Bateman is back.
Yes.
Mark Andrews back. I'll give you that. The receivers
Yes.
are there.
Yep.
I'm worried about running back. I mean,
Lamar
when you look at
Lamar Jackson.
let's just compare the Ravens and Steelers for a
He said
second.
Lamar
Because
Jackson.
on the Steelers, I think you have better weapons. You got
Steelers have
Najee. Najee's a better running back than anybody the Ravens has.
You're right.
You have Pickens and
Pickens, yeah.
Deontay. I think that's
Yeah.
comparable, probably better than what the Ravens have. Tight end, obviously, Andrews is better than Freiermuth, but I think Pickett, he's
Well,
getting better. I'm not saying I still think the Ravens' offense is more explosive,
Mhm.
but overall team, I'm just worried about the Ravens' injuries and how. Okay, do you think Lamar needs incentive to play well? Or no?
I
Because
mean,
he's already
his pride.
paid. Like he's paid for his life. So.
Yeah, but his pride. He
wants-
wants to be like he wants to be
he
the
wants
greatest,
to
like
win.
Patrick Mahomes and all these guys. Yeah, he wants to win.
Yeah, he
But
wants
we
to
haven't
win.
seen him play in like almost a year.
That's my thing. Is I think he's gonna be very rusty.
Guys, this is Lamar Jackson we're talking about. I think you guys make some good points, but I think it's going to be close between the Ravens and Steelers in this division. The Bengals are probably going to get third because of the injuries.
Dang, are you kidding
Because of
me?
it.
Jonathan, the only way is if Burrow's hurt. That's the only guy that could do
He's
it.
hurt. He's hurt.
I don't. I don't think he's hurt enough. And I don't know. Again, I'm not. Sounds like I'm calling for damage. No, I'm not. But no, it's a fair point. With like, I just think back to like Matt Stafford. Obviously, they we know they went all in for the Super Bowl. The next year, they do historically terrible for a Super Bowl like team, for a team coming off of a Super Bowl. But there was the fact that he had a lingering shoulder injury, I believe, or something like those lingering quarterback issues that are hard for an audience to see are still very painful. Can still inhibit movement. If it's worse than him being able to play well, then I'll give Jonathan the benefit of the doubt that I would give him maybe room that the Ravens could be one. Because I respect the Ravens a lot. I'm surprised, John and Jared, that you guys don't like them more. Because I think they were almost contenders with so many injuries.
I always like the Ravens. I always do. I like Lamar. I always fight for him. It's just I think the Steelers have progressed at a faster rate than the Ravens, and with Lamar Jackson being the center point, and he was out for a lot of the year last year, and he's always injury prone. I feel like I would rather trust a Steelers team than to be like, well, if Lamar Jackson gets hurt, which he always does, then the Ravens are screwed. So I put more money on the Steelers to be above 500 than the Ravens to be under 500.
They're not screwed. Remember,
Jared, would you put Pickett over Lamar Jackson right now?
No, I put the whole Steelers team above
okay.
Lamar, because we all know Lamar is the guy.
That was close.
Don't do that to me, Caleb.
No, I'm just asking, man.
Don't do that to me. I'm not ready.
I think you guys forgot. You guys forgot. The Ravens were one play away from moving on to the next round in the playoffs. Just one stupid mistake by the backup quarterback, right? You try to stretch the ball over.
The backup is supposed to be as good as the starters.
He was pretty good. He just made that stupid mistake. He just
ran
the ball.
But did you forget about George Pickens? You love Pickens.
Yeah, he's good.
It's not good enough, I guess.
I agree. They're gonna make some huge developments this year, but they're not gonna win the division.
Here's an interesting underlying factor. We're recording this a week before the start of the regular season, right? I printed out some references, but this just shows the spread across some of the biggest betting. And again, not saying you have to bet to enjoy this podcast or be a player. I don't even take much of this into account. But what's interesting is that this division has one of the lowest spreads between 1 and 4. Like some have the odds, like say 800 point spread between 1 and 4, or like 1,000 points. Like no chance for these teams. This one has one of the lowest with about 400. But what's interesting is all of them have the Steelers as 4th.
Oh,
now that's again with the shortest spread, but all 4 of them have the same 4th place, which is the Steelers. But again, this is the division that's highly contested, is my point. Like I think the second most prior to the season beginning. So it's an interesting thought, but I was surprised to see the Steelers consistently low, like no other consensus across the books, I guess.
We've partnered back up with Manscaped to give you guys 20% off and free shipping on all their items. That includes the Beard Hedger and all their below-the-waist grooming products. We all know how injuries can ruin a season, so let Manscaped protect that Reggie Bush of yours with their skin-safe technology. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming have created a championship lineup with their Performance Package 4.0. And it's time for you to do the same. Join the 9 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for kickoff by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off and free shipping when you use the code DORMDebate.
All right, on to the AFC West. For the YouTube viewers, I got my Eckler jersey on, so no explaining here. The Chargers will win the AFC East or AFC West. And last place will be the crusty Denver Broncos. Terrible team.
I do not have the same as you. I have the Chiefs winning this division, but I also do have the Broncos finishing last. I don't see them making a big turnaround. I think they will get last place.
Which you two are the same.
Nope. He has Chargers, I have Chiefs winning.
Oh. Sorry, I am so tired and so ill. Okay, but there is a disagreement though.
Yeah,
I will say my number one. This is cool. This is interesting where this will go. My number one is the Chiefs. I'm just going to play it safe there. My number 4 is the Raiders.
Wow,
I think the Broncos will do better than expected.
Caleb, I agree with you.
Hey,
I have the Chiefs. And then I believe the Raiders are going to go be last in the division.
Okay, so let's go, Jonathan.
Wow.
So.
All right.
So 3 of us, Jared, have Chiefs. You got to tell us why Chargers.
No, you're right. You guys are all probably right. I'm not going to say much. I mean, what can I say?
Not putting up a fight at all.
You said enough by wearing the Chargers jersey. Like, that's fair.
It just is what it is. It's a different feeling this year. I usually, John, you've been pretty high on the Chargers the last couple of years with Herbert. And now you finally, they've hurt me a lot, but indirectly they've hurt you with all your picks, picking Justin Herbert to be MVP. So
Yeah.
It's just one too many times. So you pick Chiefs, but now I feel like it's a different story with Kellen Moore. I have a different feeling around this year. We actually, to get to the top, you got to reach the bottom. And man, was that playoff game rock bottom. And now it's
Yep.
time for us to hit the bottom and use it as a launch pad and go all the way
Trampoline.
up. Yep, launch all the way up to the top. And I think it's time. I think it's a perfect mesh between, a great elite quarterback and a great mind in Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator. So that's really it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win the division. I really won't. But this is the first year for me in a while that I've actually felt like, okay, we have, that bad taste in our mouth and we need to get it out. And the best mouthwash is winning. And I think we're going to do it this year and say, hey, we got all the players. They're all here. We have great linebackers. We have young guys, Asante Samuel. We got Derwin James, superstars, elite quarterbacks. It's all there if we can just figure out how to use them. Kellen Moore is the guy. Kellen Moore is the guy. And that's the only difference. And the Broncos, I just don't really like what Sean Payton said, and I kind of want them to lose. So the Broncos got to be last for me. And then the Raiders, they got Devontae Adams and Jimmy Garoppolo and Hunter Renfrow and Josh Jacobs. I mean, I would take that team any day over some of the skill players from the Broncos, considering Judy's going to miss time with his injury. So what do they got? Cortland Sutton and possibly a recovering Javonte Williams at running back. I would definitely put more money on the Raiders, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Chiefs are going to be number one for me until proven otherwise. I do think that the division winner might change within the next couple of years with Kelsey getting older, and we still haven't seen any young, proven guys on the Chiefs in terms of receivers, but it's still going to be the Chiefs because I haven't seen anybody else in that division excel or get better enough. The only really change the Chargers made in the offseason was adding Kellen Moore, and I do think that's going to be beneficial for their offense. It takes time for that to take place. So I still think Chargers will get second. I have Raiders at third, Broncos at fourth for the same reasons you said, Jared. I mean, I think Sean Payton will turn this around, but with Javonte Williams coming off a torn ACL, Tim Patrick out for the season, not that he made any difference last season because he missed that season too, but Judy hurt. This team, it's the vibe isn't great right now, and to turn around the culture in one season is almost impossible. And the Raiders with Jimmy G, you don't even need a great defense. You have Jimmy G, Devontae, and Josh Jacobs. That's good enough to not lose the division.
Yeah, I disagree a little bit. Yes, the Chiefs are going to win, and I see them being the division winners for a long time, John. Even when Kelsey retires, I think the next guy is going to go up, and Patrick Mahomes is going to find a way.
He probably will.
Yeah. In terms of the Chargers, it's funny you're talking about Kellen Moore and change of the offensive coordinator. That wasn't the issue. They changed the offensive coordinator for what?
What was?
They were scoring points. The defense. The defense is the issue, guys.
Yes, it is.
They have all this talent, and they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right? All these teams scored so much points. That's ridiculous.
But part of it was the offense, because remember we were talking about the fact that they didn't really have an established run game. Their run schemes, their offensive line, things like that. If Kellen Moore can call plays in a way that, because don't forget that every time the Chargers, I mean, I don't have any statistics to back this up, but I remember watching games with Jared. We went to the game last year, Sunday Night Football, and anytime the Chargers were up in a game, they would just basically stop playing. They would call run plays, get like 2 or 3 yards, call another run play, then third down. Oh, I guess we're going to have to punt it because we didn't get one completion. So you need to take a little bit more risk. So that play calling is also going to help with the defense in the late game. I guess staying in it and actually holding off the opponent.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the Detroit Lions, another version, scoring a lot of points.
Yeah,
the defense can't do anything. Same old.
I feel like in this division, when you have the Chiefs who have won the division multiple times and their defense is just never elite at all. It's maybe average if they're lucky. So I think the pressure should be more on the offense. And I didn't really realize until recently, looking back at that Jags game, and you think, yeah, the defense sucked because they let up the lead in the first half. But that defense had 5 interceptions in the first, or 4 interceptions in the first half. And the Chargers offense really didn't do much the whole game. There were 2 pick sixes, so 14 points from the from the defense, and then they placed them at like the 5-yard line for a couple of them, and they were kicking field goals. So that offense, the whole game was just flat. And so then when it came time where the defense wasn't stopping them and not putting them at the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, that's when you saw, oh, wow, wait, we're not scoring at all. Like, we're not even like moving the ball. We're not even getting first downs. And then you can't run the ball to chew the clock. So hopefully, I hope that the mind of Kellen Moore can unlock, Justin Herbert, make him even better of an elite quarterback than he already is, but also could open the game, the run game, for guys like Eckler, Isaiah Spiller, Joshua Kelly, some of those guys that are running backs at the end of the day. Eckler's a running back at the end of the day. He only had like 23 yards rushing in that Jags playoff game. He's got to get better in between the tackles. And hopefully by having Herbert be a little bit better, we can have a more established run, which is like the most important thing. The defense, you're right, it's a huge issue. But in this day and age, it seems like if you score more points than the other team, then you win. So you just got to keep scoring at the end of the day.
Yeah, Coach Daly's on the hot seat. But sorry, Caleb.
He is.
Oh, no. I was going to add, interestingly enough, it's not the biggest difference, but just going back to that thing about the point spread between 1 and 4, this is the biggest one in the AFC West. And the fourth place is the Raiders across all of them as well.
Get out of here.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And again, they're not fortune tellers. They're like, take it with a grain of salt. But I was just like, what's the reasoning that the house will say, we'll give you bigger odds with the Raiders? And I mean, I don't know about the odds I'd give, but I did have them for because I think the Raiders are going to miss Carr. They traded a guy like Carr who was loyal to the franchise, and I think did better than people appreciated. Not to say it was all-time great or anything, but like gave his heart and soul to the franchise, and now they're going for Garoppolo. And kind of not a journeyman, but we talk a lot about health with Burrow and Jackson. Let's talk about Garoppolo. This is your guy now, and talking about injuries. Like, let's be fair here, So I think they might find that they miss Carr a lot, and I still stand that. If you had told me years ago that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton were going to be on a team together, it'd be hard to bet against them. Now, of course, with last year, it's a temptation to think what happened last year will continue with Wilson, but this will be a different example, with a new coach. So if it still stands, then maybe he has fallen off for whatever reason. But I said last year that I can't see a player that good falling off that hard going to a new environment with that high of a ceiling that Russell Wilson at prime had. So, we talked about earlier about like Rodgers is probably one of the only ones I'd still say over even more than Wilson who could go to a new team and succeed. I'd give that to Rodgers, but who's going to say, I'd still rank Wilson better than Garoppolo. I mean, Garoppolo has done it going to other teams for sure. I mean, 49ers, but he's a game manager. I think that was kind of the criticism with Carr. He wasn't.
And being available. Garoppolo's, he's never available.
Yeah,
if it's for the big one, so like they're going to give him a big check. I have a quarterback that's serviceable, and I'm not a bad quarterback, but like I just think the future's probably brighter with the Broncos now.
It's probably, we all know it's the head coach, the Raiders head coach. I mean, he's just I don't know. He hasn't done much. So even though it's only been a year, it's getting a little dicey. So I guess for these sports books, they say, we trust the Super Bowl winning coach, Sean Payton, over Josh McDaniels.
With a Super Bowl winning quarterback, too.
That's great.
Yeah.
I agree.
AFC South. This one should be pretty easy, you guys. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars first, and I got the Indianapolis Colts last. Jonathan, I swear on my life, if you have the Colts first, I'm going to flip this chair.
I'm leaving the pod right now. He says Colts first.
Why do you guys hate the Colts so much?
Yeah, what's wrong?
I have Jags first, and I also have Colts losing the division.
Are you?
Colts.
Did you just say that?
Last place for the Colts.
You lost it.
They just lost Jonathan Taylor. All right, Caleb, go.
I maybe I'm not as passionate as Jonathan, but I'm a little. I know you guys live together, but what's going on?
I didn't.
Guys, wait, did you guys start living together? Because how do you not think the Colts are last?
I got number 1 is the Jaguars, so respect there.
Don't say Texans.
Number 4. Titans.
Oh, I agree. I slightly agree with that. I had them second to last, so I do agree with that.
What?
Yep.
Can y'all remind me?
have Titans second.
Can y'all remind me? Tannehill's still there, right?
Yeah,
He is.
Henry's
Yeah,
there.
Tannehill is still
DeAndre
there.
Hopkins.
Yep.
Guys,
Yep.
Titans are gonna win this division. I have them number 1.
You have the
Whoa,
Titans winning?
Jonathan, stop. No,
Jags probably number 2.
probably.
Titans are winning this. They have a great defense. They have a great head coach. That head coach, guys, you guys have to know great head coaches. I know great hook.
You don't know Doug Peterson?
Wait, who's the
Doug
who's
Peterson
the head
is
coach
good.
for the
Mike
Titans?
Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. It's
He-
guys,
He
defense.
outmaneuvered
You didn't
Belichick
even
in
know
that
2
one game.
seconds ago.
No, I promise. I remember his face. He's a good coach.
Oh.
Mike Vrabel, yes.
You know,
Nice.
he's great. He's a great coach.
He's
but what's
proven, yeah.
changed?
He's
They've
proven
been
over the past
contenders
couple
every
years.
year.
Yeah,
How
they're
many years
contenders
are we gonna
every
do
year.
this?
Thank you, Caleb.
Caleb and
Yeah,
Jonathan,
that-
you guys are smoking something. Oh my
No, they've been. I said they were a dark horse a couple of years ago. Like my
This
my
is
thing
today.
is what's changed. Yeah, what's changed? That's why I have them going
What's changed?
fourth.
Yeah, me too. I'm confused.
That's why I have them going fourth. I think that the
They-
division's improved.
They lost AJ Brown.
Yeah. So I think that's bad. That's why I have them. I have the Titans going fourth. That's the disagreement.
We're pressing Caleb.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Why are you attacking me? I have the Titans 4. I have the Jaguars.
Hold on,
number 1.
Caleb. You have Titans last. Jonathan
Yeah.
has them first.
What?
Can you guys figure this out? What's
And we
going
can remind
on?
fans that the Texans are in this division.
Where do you have
Okay,
Texans second?
So my fourth.
Third. I'll give them.
Yeah, my fourth was probably the Texans. Unfortunately, they have great talent, but they're going to struggle a little
Okay,
bit. this season.
let Jared and I tell you first off why Colts are going to be last. Okay, Jonathan Taylor's out for the first 4 games at least. Who knows if he'll play after?
Paris
Oh,
Campbell
good deal.
gone.
Plus, Paris can't. Other than Michael Pittman, they got nobody. Okay, you got Anthony Richardson at
Thank you.
quarterback. Terrible. Okay. I don't even. Can you
That's
even
not
name one
fair.
player on their defense? Go ahead.
One player on their defense. I don't need.
It's
to name one player
terrible.
on defense.
See, okay, so you have a bad defense. You got no running back. You got one receiver, and you have a quarterback that. He played almost like no games last year at Florida, and you think he's going to
Yeah.
come in the NFL and actually do well? Stroud is set up for a much better opportunity with D'Amico Ryans, and that Texans defense was terrible last year. He's going to make it a little bit better. I still think they'll be bad, but they're going to be better than the Colts without Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, so you have Titans second?
Yes, Titans will be second.
I have Texans second.
Guys, I already got this division perfect. I don't know
No,
why
you
you
didn't.
guys
No.
are thinking that.
No, Jared. I mean, John. Sorry, Texans, dude. D'Amico Ryan, he's a great coach. He's a great defensive guy, but this is not a great guy for CJ Stroud to develop under. It's just not.
Oh, he's a
You need an
defensive
offensive
coach.
mind. Yeah, you need an offensive mind for Galaxy of Stroud, and he doesn't have that. So he's going to take him some time to get
Okay,
accustomed to.
I know. I
NFL.
don't need explanation on that. I need explanation on why you think the Titans are going to be better than the Jaguars.
Dude, the Titans are going to win it. They win it every year. You know
What?
why? They have great game playing. They don't need
They
exceptional talent.
By.
Their defense is usually pretty good.
By.
You know why? Vrabel brings them ready to go every single week. They compete well against the Chiefs every year. That's not easy to do. Okay, that's because
That's
of the
true.
defense. And so you have that with a decent offense.
But
they're going to compete. They're probably going
but
to. They're going to win the division. The you guys said the Jags guys. I know y'all are still high off of the Jags postseason. They had a great postseason, but I think that was a fluke. In the sense that they're not that dominant. Maybe the next couple of years, maybe next year, next couple of years, but the Titans still own the division.
Oh my gosh, you
They
gotta
won. They
change your
lost.
mind.
Jags won it last year.
Oh, that was no, that didn't. That
That's
was a
the
fluke.
fluke.
That didn't
That was a
count.
fluke.
It doesn't
That didn't
count.
count.
Okay,
That was a
so
fluke.
No.
look, you have an aging DeAndre Hopkins coming off injury. Tannehill's another year older. Derrick Henry's another year older. Like
Oh.
Caleb said, what changed? What did they get better at?
The experience.
Yeah, the
Experience.
experience sitting on their rock.
Fair play, but that's part of. I mean, John hits it on the head of why I have them going forward. I mean, it's a fair. I mean, it's a fair. From one angle, I could see, Jonathan, that they have had great success, but from John, like, giving up the point about like what's changed, I still think that. And then with the unknown variables, I know there's some passion about the new quarterback and the Colts and Texans and Stroud and all that, but the Jaguars improving. Like, Titans have not changed that much. The Jags won it last year, and now there's a bunch of unknown variables that are yet to be fully proven on these other teams that I feel like it just gives them more of a chance because they're going to be different. You don't know what to expect from them, and they're seem to be pretty run organizations. I think Texans are a little different, but I still like. It's just like what's changed. None of the other. They're the only team that's like fundamentally stayed the same, and we've seen Derrick Henry not be healthy for some of the most important plays, especially as the season goes on. Who are they going to get into the Brown? You know, like. And if you hope I want Henry healthy because it's great for fantasy. It's great for him as a human. Let's not forget we don't want people to be hurt, but like we've just seen this so many times.
It's
what's changed.
You just feel it. You just feel. I mean, dude, they added Calvin Ridley, a freaking top 5 receiver. You can tell the Jags are going up. The Titans, if anything, they're flat or they're on their way down. They gotta blow this thing up at some point.
Yeah, this is a big.
They need. I'm not blowing it up. They need like a superstar. They need like something that'll fire up the locker room.
Oh, I can't wait, man. You
Jonathan,
guys are wait,
hold on, Jonathan. No, seriously. I know we've disagreed so far in a few divisions, but I'm gonna give you one more chance because I don't want to watch this podcast at the end of the year and have you be like, oh, shoot, why did I say that? So I'm going to give you one last chance right now. Think about it for a second. Don't answer right away. Who do you think will win the AFC South?
Guys, you guys are all going to say, all right, John, you're right. Jonathan, you're right. At the end of the season, the Titans are going to win this.
Oh my
Titans are going to win this division. I can't believe you guys. Oh man,
Jonathan,
so
please! I try to help you. I really.
I'm sure most of America's like you, where they think the Jags are going to win it because of a great postseason. Don't be fooled, folks. The Titans are going to win this division because of the head coach, Mike Vrabel. Right, Vrabel. No, I get.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll be thoroughly shocked. This would be my most shocked.
Yes, me too.
If Titans
Titans come out on top, I'm shocked.
Yeah, that would jaw on the floor.